Okay, in problem number 29 is talking about three cities form the vertices of a triangle. The angles of the triangle are 40 degrees, 60 degrees, and 80 degrees. The two most distant cities are 40 miles apart. How close are the two closest cities? Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a mile. Okay, so first of all, I need to draw the three vertices. I'm going to draw A, B, and C. And I have three angles. The measurements of the angles are 40, 60, and 80. Now, the two most distant cities are 40 miles apart, which means that the segment that is the longest should be across from the greatest angle. In this case is the 80-degree angle. So across from the 80, I'm going to have the 40. So if I'm going to find the other two sides, I can say, well, let me find small a across from angle A. So I have two angles. I have the angle 40 and I have the angle 80. 40 across from 40 is A, 80 across from 80 is 40. So that implies using the law of sines. Sine of 80 is to 40 as sine of 40 is to lowercase a. Then you just cross multiply. So it's a sine of 80 equals 40 sine of 40. Since I'm looking for a and a is multiplying sine of 80, you do the opposite of that, which is divide by sine of 80. Then you put that in the calculator. So the length of a, when you put that in the calculator, let me see, 40 sine of 40 divided by sine of 80. That is 26.11, and this is miles. Then I can do the same thing with the lowercase b. I can set up a proportion, and my proportion would be, I'll use the 80 and the 40, so it's sine of 80. You always want to use the one that is given to you, because if you use the one that you got, if you made a mistake, then that would be wrong. Sine of 60 over lowercase b. Then you cross multiply. So it's b sine of 80 equals 40. I will write the bottom letter first, and then the sine of 60. So here you divide both sides by sine of 80. Then just put that in the calculator. And so lowercase b, that's 35.18 miles. So the three lengths would be 40, 26.11 miles, and 35.18 miles. Okay, problem number 30. In number 30, we have two cars start moving from the same location. They head straight, but in different directions. The angle between where they are heading is 43 degrees. The first car travels 20 miles, and the second car travels 37 miles. The question is, how far apart are the two cars? And then round the answer to nearest tenth. Okay, going back to number 29, keep in mind that it says to the tenths, but we always want to round lengths to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so round it to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so coming back to the cars. I have two cars, one that is going in one direction and travels 20 miles, and the other one is going in another direction and travels 37 miles. A little longer. Okay, so then the angle they form, it's 43. The question is, how far apart are these two cars? So I can set this up, since it's 3 sides and 1 angle, I can set it up using the law of cosines. So you start with the opposite side, which is x squared, and then you get the 2 sides, the sum of the 2 sides square, minus 2 times the product of those 2 sides, and then it's cosine of the measurement of the angle. Since you're looking for the x and x is a square, you get the square root of both sides, and that would give you the distance. So the distance, when you put that in the calculator, is 26.20 miles. Okay, so that's number 30. So please make sure you study all these problems and be ready for the test tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.